Hi. So today we have Joen here. Hi, Joen.
Hello.
I have to say that Joen has been letting go practitioner for a couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah.
So can you, at the very beginning, tell us a little bit about your experience with the process?
Okay. So Tomas introduced me to this very simple method that we did together, and it felt quite releasing in terms of the emotion that we were working with then. In addition, I've then used the technique a few times when I've had a certain situation that came up or something to kind of let that go in that moment. And it's an incredible feel of relief, really, because it's just consciously letting go of the whole process, and that feels really good. And it's obviously something that you have to do again and again, but I feel like it's a really good tool to have on hand, also for the bigger stuff.
How often do you let go during the day? How often do you practice?
I don't really have like a set practice. It's more like, okay, something comes up and there's an emotion that I need to deal with. And instead of ignoring it, like I've done before, then I will go through the process and try to feel it fully and then get rid of it.
So you use it rather spontaneously? During the day, if you have some negative emotion, you just stop, pause, you let the emotion come up, and you just deal with that, let it go, and get rid of that so it doesn't bother your life anymore.
Pretty much.
Have you found out doing this through the day somehow contributing to your life in general?
I would say this, I've mentioned this to you before, but it works for me both in the moment and also afterwards. I mean, even though I've spoken a lot about, these things with changing your beliefs and core belief systems, all these things, it's still very difficult to do in day-to-day life, right? And I feel like this technique kind of takes the bullshit out of it, if I may say that. And what I feel is that I look at the situation afterwards and I think, you know what, I would normally not have reacted like that. Normally I would get very upset or something, and that would lead to something else, and there would be this whole cascade of events. And that's what I really like about it, is that you can just stop it there and then work on bigger issues to consciously let go of more things.
So what you're saying here is that looking at your letting go experiences from certain distance, you can in general say that you react differently now, and that you stay calmer in situation that in past would probably build up more stress or anxiety.
Well, I've only been working with it a short time, so I cannot tell how the long-term effects are, but I have had the experience. Well, actually, the first time we did it, the first day there, that was regarding self-confidence, what we were talking about there. And specifically that same night, so some hours later, I had a situation where I could kind of choose. Will I be self-confident or will I not? And I chose to be, basically. Okay. And yeah, so that for me was like the first indication that, that was interesting. And then also, because for me it's more about the moment when I experience it, right? Because I can deal with it later on in certain ways, but when it comes up now, if I can deal with it now and let go of it now, that just makes everything better.
Okay, so it's an instant stress relief that actually allows you to continue through the day without any hard moments that you could not deal with.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have to remember to be present enough to stay with the feeling and to do the thing. But then I have it as an implement. I imagine that I will keep using it, and I see it sort of like this: like during my day, new emotions come up. I can deal with them in this way. Then every once in a while, I can go deeper and deal with old emotions that are still there.
Yeah.
Right. So I see it as a way of not adding new unnecessary emotions on top that I can just deal with in the moment.
Okay, that's great, fantastic. So you see that Joen is one of the practitioners he's getting, even after a short period of time, he's getting some significant, interesting results from letting go already, and I would definitely encourage you, go for that as well, try it. And anything else you would like to tell to our audience?
Yeah, number one, try it. It's really, really simple, and that's what I like about it, because if it's simple, then I'll do it, so it will be useful. And then experiment from there. I'm very excited to see where we go.
Thank you very much for the interview, Joen.
You're welcome.
That was awesome interview, although totally unplanned and spontaneous, but we'll do the process as well.